Welcome back, everyone. We're back here again. Beer Kings podcast. Man, we had a lot of very exciting games this week. I have my co-host Juancho here, myself, Eddie G. Hey, hold up, bro. Are you crying, man? Why are you crying, bro? You already know what it is.
Hey man, I just made the worst pick I've ever have made. I was wrong. They thought I was gonna cry, but no, I'm not crying. If I am, it's of happiness. We told you guys. We told you. Actually, you did.
I said it, man.
He did. He takes all the credit on that pick. And you know what? I'm glad that I'm not taking any credit for any pick because I'm glad I was wrong. City, thank you for participating. But
Before we get into the big game, gotta show that off real quick.
Come on. Y'all know what it is, man.
All right. We know there's a lot of haters out there, but
All right.
bada beam, bada boom. All right. See you next year, pals. But hold up. Before we start, it was a lot of good games, man. It was a lot of scenarios we spoke about in the last podcast. And man, it was crazy, man. It was so crazy.
Yeah.
There was teams that were up from the first leg that, we initially thought, okay,
Oh man.
they surprised us in the first leg, but man, they went back to reality in the second leg.
Yeah, you saw a lot of action, a lot of goals. There was a lot of goals in this quarterfinals, man. I believe the number's 32. That's the most of any quarterfinals in Champions League history. So it was a lot of excitement. It all began on the first legs, I should say, of all games. And in the second leg, the teams didn't disappoint. I think the only one that was pretty close was that Bayern and Arsenal. But everybody else, pretty good games. Every game's a lot on the line. In one of the matchups, pretty much, it almost felt like the Champions League was on the line, the actual trophy itself. But we don't know what happens, man. There were some surprises, and that's the beauty of the Champions League. How about we go right into it, man? We dive in right into the first game, man. Well, actually, it was two games at the same time, but we're gonna analyze the first one, and that's the Barcelona versus PSG. Barcelona went into the game with a 3-2 lead. They were at home, and they actually went and started winning the game 1-0.
Rafinha.
With
Again.
Rafinha. Again, yeah. He's balling. You gotta call a spade a spade. He's balling. He's playing really well. He puts them up 1-0, and then from there on, I'm not sure, but then Araujo gets a red card. And I think that pretty much started dictating the rest of the game.
Yeah, I felt like that was the game changer, man. Araujo, silly foul, man. You didn't have to do that. Yeah. You could have just let him run through and go. To be honest, he could have missed, man. You guys, it's not like you guys have a weak goalkeeper behind you. You have Ter Stegen. He's one of the top goalkeepers.
Yeah, and he's one of your best defenders. Araujo is probably your best center back.
You would think he has some sort of discipline.
Yeah, you would expect that.
And it's like
he lost his head.
In this type of match, you getting a red card for your team in the first, 30, 40 minutes of the game?
29th minute.
That messes up the whole game plan.
Think about it.
The whole game plan.
Just think about what happened, right, in the rest of the game. PSG goes on, and they
start
score
attacking.
4 goals.
They just start attacking. Start attacking.
Yeah. That red card, you're playing with 10 men for the rest of the game. I mean, how can I say this? Barcelona, for the rest of the game, was defending. Nothing but defending. And, again, we could sit here and we could blame Araujo all we can, right? But at the same time, I mean, you still have a 4-2 lead at that time. All you have to do is just defend. Park the bus, whatever you got to do. So
defend
much on
for
the
your
line.
lives, man.
But
defense wins championships.
And they went up 1-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
So at halftime, I would expect Xavi to let them know what the rest of the game, what the game plan for the rest of the game is, and they come out flat. They come out flat, and in 45 minutes, PSG scores 4 unanswered, including an Mbappe double, which who reminded the world why he is him again. Eliminated him last year and did it again this year. And this year in their own stadium.
Yep. Yep. Man, I knew Mbappe. You know, it was just a moment of truth, man. Just he came in when it mattered. He scored the PK. Barcelona. Cancelo too, man. He kind of messed up.
Yeah, he wasn't on his A game.
Come on, man. He just doing silly mistakes, man, in the box. Yeah, it's uncalled for, man.
Yeah, Barcelona has some young prospects that I think that they still have to develop. They got potential in Jamal, Kubarsi, right, and they got a new midfielder that they had out there, Caicedo, Mark Caicedo, I believe is his name. But all new prospects. But PSG just used their discipline and. The game plan for the second half worked to perfection, and honestly, it could have been worse. But to be fair to Barca, they did have a couple plays where they could have actually scored, even though they were playing with 10 men. They did have a few plays where they could have scored. But in a game like this one, it's not about who creates the most shots, who creates the most plays. It's about who puts that ball in the back of the net. And PSG did it in 45 minutes, and now PSG advanced, and yeah, man, they have a chance at winning the trophy if they could somehow come out of the semis.
Yeah, man. Originally, I had PSG winning. I had them beating Barca, and then Barca came out winning in Paris, and that kind of switched my prediction a bit. So I was like, you know what? Barca, they might be able to do it. They might be able to pull it off.
We said it.
And they did. They were up 1-0. They were 11-11. And then the 30th minute, Araujo red. Done deal. Dembele scores right after that. Man, I know Barca fans were mad looking at that.
But look, bro, me and you, we couldn't predict that, though. We couldn't predict that red card because that red card pretty much sentenced Barca to play the way that they play the rest of the game.
Yeah.
If it would have been 11-11, I believe they have a better shot. They have a better shot. And even if he doesn't commit that foul, fuck it, 1-1. The game is 1-1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could have. It's a youngster too. What's his name? Baracola.
Yeah.
Or Baracola.
Yeah.
Just let him go, man. Just let him go.
Yeah, like you said, they have Ter Stegen, man. It's not like,
it's not like you have a buster, man.
Yeah. It's not a goal that's gonna go in for sure, man. I mean, it was a great play. Matter of fact, they even got lucky, man, because it wasn't even a PK. It was a free kick.
Yeah.
And when I saw the replay, it was pretty close. I thought it was a PK, but then again, but then again, okay, cool. I mean, they got a red card and. Yeah, man, youngster mistake, like you said. Disciplined. I was reading some reports that Gundo, was referring to Araujo and his mistake, which Gundo he has a point. He has a point. I mean, that red card pretty much sentenced them.
Pretty much said what I said. It was a silly foul. Like, why are you gonna do that, man?
Yeah, and that's an automatic red.
Yeah, because he's running into he's the last man too. He has a chance at goal. Come on, man, easy red.
Yeah,
without a doubt. They didn't even have to go to VAR for that, man.
Yeah,
it's common sense, bro. Don't foul.
It was clear path, clearly, man. The last man defending, and
that messed it up for everything, man. After that, it just went downhill. Yeah. PSG just came attacking. They scored their goals. Mbappe sealed the deal at the end.
Yeah. We did say
crazy.
Mbappe was going to be the X factor. Yeah. And there you go.
He stepped up. He made the PK. Vitinha too. He was pretty good. I'm sure he surprised a lot of people, man. He's a young midfielder.
Yeah. He played really well, man. Both in both
Both legs.
legs,
He
he was
scored in
playing
both
really
legs,
well.
right? I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah, he scored bangers too,
He
man.
scored bangers. So they got a good prospect out there in Vitinha. And
Yep.
Dembele, I mean, he did it again. He
Against his
scored
old team.
against his former team, who sold him for, I say, cheap, because they didn't sell him for what they bought him for.
He was injury prone.
Yeah, and he celebrated pretty
He
hard.
celebrated like a champ.
Yeah,
Celebrated like they won,
like they
man.
won. Yeah. So Dembele was balling. There's, I mean, nothing else to say. It was a clear 4-1. It wasn't a 2-1, 3-2. No, it was a 4-1, a complete destruction, annihilation.
Xavi got a
in the
red
second half.
too.
Xavi got a
kicking,
red. I mean,
kicking the
listen,
damn
bro.
freaking stuff on the field, man.
And listen, Xavi's done. He's done, man. I
Yeah.
know that in the league they have the Clásico coming up, but you could tell that he's done, man. He's checking out.
No, he is. Yeah,
He's checking
like
out.
he said, he was done earlier in the season, man.
Yeah, and you know,
Too much pressure for him. I don't
too
think he
much.
can handle it. I don't think it's not that he can't handle it, but I just feel like he gets annoyed with all the media attention,
Yeah.
and it's crazy, man. Crazy to be a Barcelona coach.